Welcome, Aquarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a love gem reading for you, hopefully dropping a couple of insightful nuggets during a very brief reading. This is something new I'm trying. It may not resonate for all of you, as it is still a general reading. However, if you're interested in a personal reading, I have added a relationship reading to the list of offerings that you will find in the description box below. So I'm inspired. I hope this is useful. I'd love your thoughts, and let's get going. I am using a beautiful deck called The Love Oracle of Eden. And this is the same publisher, a publisher of the African diaspora based in the Netherlands, that publish my everyday deck, the deck I use more often than ever, the African Tarot. So just a little sign that I've never used this oracle, although I've had it for a while. And it's intensely beautiful. I'm going to see how long I can display many of these very bare bodies on YouTube without getting censored. Sorry for the digression. The Heal card is describing something that is a part of your offering, your presence, your intentionality right now. Because this is an emblem of the movement of the planet Pluto, which is moving into your sign of Aquarius in about 8 or 9 weeks. I do believe that this is describing a process that you are taking onto a global stage. Pluto's action, Pluto's about the collective unconscious. Uranus is the revolution, the disruption, the unexpected, the illumination, and the intuition at a super conscious level. So I do feel that you are working towards healing cultural patterns, societies, habits that we can use based on the ancestors, the wisdoms of our traditions, to bring healing to large segments of the world. For instance, work around the environment, repatriating art objects that have been colonized by major countries and that are being returned in many cases to their original societies or lenders from whom they were taken, are examples of the kind of work that I'm envisioning here. Working as a part of cultural societies, restoring traditional practices, elders of communities, medicine men, following in these patterns and traditions in a way that bring healing to the earth, literally to large groups of people attempting to restore or re-inhabit the earth in a balanced way. It's a strong message I'm getting. I don't know how much of love or relationships this is relevant to, but let's keep going. The Knight of Wands is describing you are using this knowledge and this intention on the grander scale to discover aspects of yourself. So I feel you are following in the footsteps of some notable personal ancestor or ancestral traditions, cultural traditions, that is teaching you something about who you are and what your role can be. It does occur to me that in this process, you are necessarily connecting deeply with other people. And you may find that your passion, your love, is really the work that you do, because love is not just about marriage and um, sexual or relationships, emotional relationships, but it's also about the passion of the work that we do, our devotion to our service, the love of self, the respect of self to follow in the footsteps that we chose to follow when we came to Earth, the service we came to provide, or the contribution we want to make. These are expressions of love. And then finally, the Ten of Wands is a hard stop to doing things the way other people have always told you to do things. Now, it's interesting because I do see you sort of exchanging uh, a way of doing things that does recognize and follow through on traditions, ancestral traditions. But this hard stop is your acknowledgement that the way you've been trained to do things or the way others would like you to do things is more a reflection of what some would identify what is not working in our culture. This may be the focus on individual achievement rather than the well being of the group or community, privileging the hierarchy of an individual who may or may not be reflective of the community making decisions. Whatever the structure is that you no longer find value in or is no longer aligned with your values, you are moving and leaving behind. This has exhausted you, but I think what's exhausted you is picking your teachers, and in this changeover of energy, I see you once conforming with a traditional, a set of social expectations, and now actually realigning with an older or different cultural tradition than the one that is expected now. You are restoring some kind of authority, particularly as it relates to the earth, to land. Um, in a way that is prompting you to release the sense of exhausting conformity. And I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple of clarifiers because this does seem quite large and grand. And what has dropped face up is the Page of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. So this is really reinforcing that you're making a big decision, that these two different traditions, and for lack of a better word, I'm going to define them as ancestral traditions and contemporary structures, rules, regulations that you feel pressed to conform to, in part because you're such a capable person. And as you're going through this process, I do feel that the Page of Cups describes you as this real incredible openness, this almost childlike innocence that is at the core of your desire to explore and discover yourself, your heart, your true intentions. This is what's helping you align with things that we might think of as ancient traditions, for an example, but actually things that resonate more authentically with who you are, your sense of creativity, your imagination. This may help you to locate the source of your alignment with certain ideas and practices that are not readily available, that mark you as an innovator, an outlier, a maverick in some ways. That was unexpected. Aquarius, thank you so much for the ride. I hope you enjoyed this. Please, I look forward to your thoughts, and I thank you for your presence. Until next time, namaste.